Okay, so this is going to be my first video on food as medicine, so I thought as it was the first one it's quite appropriate to start with good things for the gut. Now I'm going to be making sauerkraut. I'm going to show you very quickly how to make your own fermented vegetables known as sauerkraut. This recipe was given to me by my Polish friend that I work with, and he knows what he's talking about. So first of all, you've got a whole white cabbage, and I'm going to use 1 carrot, organic if you can. For some reason I can't find organic cabbages here, but anyway. So the first thing we're going to do is finely chop up the cabbage. I like to chop it up as well as grate it, just gives you a little bit of texture as you go along. The reason that we should be eating a lot more fermented vegetables is that in the gut you have millions, if not more, bacteria, different kinds, and without those bacteria your health generally suffers. You don't digest the food properly, you can have problems with gas and bloating, you can have pain, if your gut's not working properly you can have skin issues, all sorts of things. Your healthy gut is the foundation to a really healthy state. So by feeding yourself with fermented foods, the fermentation process produces bacteria, and all these beneficial bacteria, as you eat it, are going to recolonize in your gut and cause a whole host of benefits. So I've cut my cabbage up. I'm now just going to chop it up really finely as the first stage. Okay, I'll do a bit, then I can show you the sort of the fine texture that you need. So for me, I quite like it fairly coarse, but I'm also going to grate so there'll be some different textures and put everything in a bowl. Okay. So I've got some more chunky sections of cabbage in there, but I'm also going to use the grater just to change the texture a little bit. Okay, so now I've dealt with the cabbage, I'm going to use the grater for the carrot. I find it's easier than chopping it up into pieces because it doesn't break down very quickly like that. So we'll grate this up. Alright, so now in my bowl I've got the whole chopped up cabbage, some of it grated, and the grated carrot. And we're going to just mix that through a little bit. Take out some bits that are too big. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, which is the most important ingredient really, is salt. You've got to brine your cabbage and carrot, otherwise the whole process is not going to work. So when you use salt, make sure you use good quality sea salt. And with this amount of cabbage and carrot, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. This is going to act to draw out the moisture from the cabbage and the carrot because you add no liquid. I'm going to mix all this together, and what you have to do is you have to break down the fibres of the cabbage and the carrot, and the juices will come out. This bit takes a little bit of time. So after 5 minutes or so of scrunching this all together, you maybe can see, hopefully, that quite a lot of liquid is coming out of the vegetables. You need to keep going with this until there is a fair amount of liquid. It's quite a bit of effort. Who needs the gym? But this is what you want. When you use the fermenting process, everything needs to be underneath its own liquid. Okay, so now I've got quite a puddle of the juices down there underneath the vegetables, and I'm going to start to pack it in a kilner jar. And what you want to do is really tightly pack this in the bottom of it. So we'll just start putting it in and squashing it down with your hands. keep filling it up and squashing it down, and as you squash it down you'll feel the liquid comes up and the vegetables go underneath the liquid. Keep squashing it down. And then I'm just going to pour in everything, all the liquid that's come out. You can see there was a fair amount. So what you want to do is make sure that everything is under the water. This is where the anaerobic process happens. The sugars in the vegetables, in the carrots in particular, start to ferment over time, and that's what produces the bacteria that you need that are going to really help to fix your gut. After about a week or so, you'll notice that there are bubbles forming. Some people do it differently, but my Polish friend suggests that you open the jar every day or so to let out some of the gases that it's producing. And then after a couple of weeks it's ready to eat. It'll taste quite vinegary, I guess is the right word. Slightly salty, although the saltiness disappears over, if you leave it longer and longer. The longer you leave it obviously out of the fridge, the longer it's going to ferment and the more bacteria you're going to have, which is going to be brilliant for your gut. So for now, I'm going to seal this up and leave it on the counter for a couple of weeks, and that's it.